So, you might be thinking about investing right now. Maybe you've heard the whispers, incredible returns, seen others seemingly making wealth, like effortlessly, and you felt that pull, that urge to jump in. But just pause for a second. Hold that thought. Before you even think about putting a single dollar, pounds, euro, whatever into the market, you really need to understand this. We're talking about a pretty profound shift in perspective. Our sources argue it's the bedrock of any successful financial journey.
Hmm.
And look, this deep dive today, it isn't about chasing the next hot stock or, decoding some complex algorithm. No, our mission really is to shed light on why true foundational understanding isn't just important. It's arguably more valuable than the money itself when you're investing.
That's a really interesting way to put it. More valuable than money.
Yeah, we've synthesized insights from, well, decades of investment literature, key works in behavioral finance, and some very candid thoughts from seasoned market pros. We're trying to offer you a shortcut here, not to quick riches, obviously, but to genuinely informed decision making. And a kind of confidence that isn't just blown away by market whims.
Right. A confidence that's actually earned.
Exactly. So let's unpack this. Our research really suggests that the very act of not understanding, well, that's where the biggest, most insidious risks actually hide.
It is a fascinating reframe, isn't it? Because our source material, collectively, it really pushes back against that conventional wisdom, that impulse driving people into the market, like just chasing quick gains. Instead, it systematically shifts the focus, moves it away from that, superficial allure of returns, towards cultivating something deeper,
Yeah.
a foundation of knowledge, of clarity. And this isn't just some feel-good idea. It's strategic. It's an imperative. The goal isn't just making money, it's understanding money and your relationship with it. Understanding it so deeply that your decisions become, well, anchored, not just drifting.
Anchored. Yeah, I like that. Anchored, absolutely. And the first, probably the most urgent warning our sources highlight is about the incredibly high stakes of uninformed investing. It's just so much more significant than like a simple gamble.
Make it more significant.
Think about it. Many of us, maybe even you listening right now, have felt that powerful rush, that urge to just dive headfirst into the markets because you see friends or colleagues or even just random profiles online posting about huge profits.
Oh yeah, that's everywhere.
It is. It's classic fear of missing out, FOMO, right? That primal urge to catch up, not get left behind. It's a really compelling emotional pull, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what do our sources tell us about why that impulse is just so dangerous?
Well, that impulse, it's a powerful psychological trigger. It's precisely what a lot of the behavioral economists in our sources point to. They see it driving irrational market behavior. And they state it pretty unequivocally. If you don't genuinely understand what you're investing in, could be a company's business model, could be the tech behind crypto, the mechanics of bonds, whatever. And if you don't understand why you're investing in it,
Yeah.
then you're not really investing.
Not investing. So what are you
You're
doing?
basically placing a bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no different really from putting money on a roulette wheel without knowing the odds
Yeah.
or even the rules of the game.
Yeah.
And the personal cost here, it goes way beyond just the money.
Yeah.
You're not just risking a certain sum. You're risking years of savings, the security you've worked so hard for, and potentially, yeah, the very dreams and stability that money is supposed to help you build.
Wow. Yeah.
This isn't just about, riding out market ups and downs. It's about a fundamental disregard almost for your own long-term financial health. And it comes from that lack of critical thinking,
Yeah.
lack of asking questions.
So if you've ever felt that pull, just follow the crowd. Or maybe dipped a toe into an asset without really digging into its fundamentals. Our sources are basically giving a strong nudge here, urging you to consider those deeply personal pitfalls.
It's a stark warning, yeah, but actually leads us to something really transformative. And here's where it gets, I think, really interesting. Because the research challenges a core assumption most of us have. Many of us, myself included sometimes, we've been kind of conditioned to chase money as the ultimate prize, the symbol of wealth. But our sources, they present this profound counter-argument. They argue that understanding is actually the real, the most luxurious, and the most enduring asset you can possibly possess.
It sounds counterintuitive at first, doesn't it? It really does. You hear that and you think, well, hang on, money buys the fancy cars, the big houses. That's luxury, right? But the sources are talking about a different kind of wealth, deeper, more resilient. So what does this luxury of understanding actually mean in practice?
It's a subtle shift, but it's critical. You see it recurring across very different investment texts. The idea that truly understanding, say, a company's competitive advantages, its moat, or a big technological shift, or even just macroeconomic cycles, that deep understanding gives you an unwavering confidence, the kind that external market noise just can't shake.
Unshakable confidence. Okay.
Yeah, imagine knowing, like with real conviction, why your investment holds intrinsic value, knowing how it's positioned for the future, or what its long-term prospects look like based on proper analysis. That knowledge, it acts like that anchor we mentioned.
Right.
Now contrast that with the gnawing discomfort of holding something you just don't get, even if it's going up right now. If you don't grasp the underlying drivers or its sustainability or the risks involved, you're constantly on edge.
Yeah, you feel vulnerable.
Exactly. You don't truly own it mentally. You're just holding a number on a screen, basically.
Yeah.
You're susceptible to every news headline, every fleeting market mood. This deep understanding, it empowers you, the investor. It lets you feel secure, regardless of what the market's doing day to day. Because your confidence isn't tied to those transient prices. It's rooted in the enduring, tangible value you've actually identified through hard work, diligent research.
And that makes it a luxury.
It's a luxury because it buys you peace of mind. And that's a commodity that's far, far scarcer than just capital.
Peace of mind. Yeah, that security, that inner calm you're describing, that's absolutely priceless, isn't it? And it directly tackles one of the biggest hurdles for investors, fear. Just sheer fear.
The emotional side.
Yeah. So what do our sources tell us about that fear? The kind that often paralyzes people, makes them make rash decisions, or just freeze up at exactly the wrong moment. The research draws a direct line, like undeniable. Most investor fear isn't just from the market itself. It's primarily rooted in our own failure to, well, educate ourselves properly.
That's a key insight.
It really is. It's not the external world that's the main source of anxiety. It's our internal state, our unpreparedness, our lack of clarity. And that's powerful because it puts the control right back into your hands, doesn't it?
Precisely. And you see this backed up in behavioral finance studies constantly.
Yeah.
There's loads of evidence showing that a lack of genuine learning, it just invariably leads to a lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Which then sort of cascades into a whole series of poor decisions.
Like what kinds of decisions?
Well, when you don't understand, every little market tremor feels like a massive earthquake, right? So you panic sell near the bottom, or you buy into bubbles near the top. You chase fads that disappear quickly, all of it driven by that underlying unaddressed fear. But our sources don't just point out the problem. They offer a pretty profound solution. I remember one quote from a veteran investor's letter. It put it so well. Knowledge is the most luxurious and expensive but most worthwhile cure for fear.
Luxurious and expensive, but worthwhile.
Expensive in terms of time, effort, mental energy, sure. But the return, invaluable. And it's not just about piling up facts. It's about actually transforming your emotional landscape. When you understand the cyclical nature of markets or the resilience of genuinely good businesses or just the long-term power of compounding, you cultivate an inner peace. And that allows you to act strategically when everyone else is reacting emotionally.
So learning isn't just intellectual.
Not at all. Learning, in this context, is a practical tool, a tool you can use to build emotional strength, emotional fortitude, and ultimately make better, more rational decisions.
I really like that framing knowledge as the most luxurious cure for fear. It totally reframes what we should be investing in first, like investing in ourselves.
Exactly. Invest in your understanding before you invest your capital.
Right. Now, moving beyond just the personal psychology, our sources also pivot to something really crucial. They remind us that finance isn't some, distant, abstract, academic thing stuck in spreadsheets or boardrooms. Money isn't just numbers in an account. It's intricately woven into the very fabric of our daily lives. It impacts everything from your morning coffee right through to your retirement dreams.
It's deeply personal.
It is. But we often compartmentalize it, don't we? We treat finance like it's for experts or just another line item in the budget. But the consensus across all the material we looked at is, no, that's wrong. It's profoundly fundamental to just human existence.
Yeah, and if we connect that to the bigger picture, it really underscores the profound personal responsibility we all have, the impact of financial literacy or the lack of it on every single part of your life. The sources consistently emphasize this. They show how money supports families, how it helps build dreams, how it ensures future stability.
Can you give some example?
Sure, it's the engine, right? The engine that lets you put food on the table, fund your kids' education, plan for a retirement with dignity. Or maybe pursue that passion project you've always dreamt of, something that could even change your community, because it touches literally every facet of human life. The gravity of making uninformed decisions about it becomes incredibly clear.
It's not just a game.
Absolutely not. It's not just a game played with numbers on a screen. It's your life.
Yeah.
It's your family's well-being. It's your future security that's directly on the line. Reinforcing that investing is your personal journey, not just some abstract game, it really highlights its importance and the need to take ownership.
That's a really powerful reminder of why understanding matters so much, not just for profit, but for, well, peace of mind and life itself. And it's precisely during those tough times, those moments of crisis or market turmoil, that this deep understanding really shows its worth. It differentiates the people who are truly informed from those who are just, well, lucky for a while.
Oh, as
Everyone feels like a genius when the market's soaring, don't they? When the tide's rising, it lifts all boats, makes everyone feel clever. It's easy to think you've got it all figured out, that your picks were brilliant. But our sources really hammer this home. The real test, the real reveal of who truly understands, that comes during a market downturn. It's easy to celebrate the gains. The real question is, how do you react when the tide goes out and fear starts gripping everyone?
And what's fascinating there is the strategic insight that separates, let's call them genuine investors, from speculators. True understanding lets you look beyond the immediate fear, the panic. It helps you spot underlying value, potential that others are just missing in the chaos.
That's it.
Well, our sources, from market historians to really successful fund managers, they consistently show that downturns aren't just about loss. They're also periods of immense opportunity. They clearly distinguish those with genuine understanding, who often see these times as chances for strategic moves, like rebalancing or buying quality assets cheap. They distinguish them from those without that understanding, who get consumed by fear, regret, and often end up selling at the absolute worst possible time.
Locking in losses.
Exactly. When the market tanks, the uninformed person often panics, liquidates holdings, makes their losses permanent, and reinforces their fear for next time. But those who truly understand their investments, who grasp intrinsic value versus fleeting market price, who appreciate the long-term history, the resilience of good, well-managed assets, they often view these periods as a chance to accumulate wealth more efficiently.
So it flips the script on downturns.
It's a fundamental shift in perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
It transforms what looks like a challenge into a concrete prospect. It encourages you to think strategically about how solid understanding turns market chaos into a potential long-term advantage.
It's like having a detailed map and a compass when everyone else is just lost in a thick fog. Which brings us, I think, to the ultimate message from our sources. It's powerful and it's really empowering. Don't invest based on what anyone else tells you. Period. Don't chase the hot tip from some talking head on TV. Don't blindly follow an influencer on social media. And definitely don't let FOMO dictate your actions. Invest only because you understand.
It's a call to personal ownership, isn't it?
Absolutely. Empower yourself with knowledge above everything else. And look, this isn't about needing to become a world-class expert in every single sector. That's impossible. It's about becoming an expert in your own decisions, guided by your own conviction, built on your own work.
And that raises a really important question for everyone listening, I think. Are you investing from a place of genuine, self-cultivated knowledge? Or are you, maybe unconsciously, just following the crowd, kind of hoping for the best?
A tough question to ask yourself, honestly.
It is, but the sources reinforce, almost universally, this core idea. Nobody can manage your money better than you can, ultimately. And the reason's simple, really. Nobody else truly knows your unique goals, your precise tolerance for risk, your financial timeline, your life circumstances. Nobody knows all that with the same intimacy and nuance that you do.
So advisors have no role?
Oh, no. Good advisors can be incredibly valuable. But you still need the foundational understanding to utilize their advice effectively, to ask the right questions and to make the final call. It's still your decision. The sources really detail the emphasis on having crystal clear clarity. Clarity on what you're doing, why you're doing it, and crucially, what your actual plan is. Your whole plan, entry, exit, rebalancing strategies, the lot.
Having that clarity must bring something.
It brings not just confidence, but what the sources often describe as a quiet power.
Yeah.
It's like a serene, unshakable strength. And it comes from having a meticulously well-defined strategy and a deep personal understanding of every single action you take. The sources advocate for this elegant path, steady, thoughtful growth, cultivated through diligence, self-education, and that personalized, well-defined strategy. At the end of the day, taking ownership of your financial knowledge It isn't just a smart move. It's an act of profound self-respect, self-empowerment.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, what does this all mean for you, the listener, as you navigate your own financial path? The best investment, as our sources really elegantly put it isn't about chasing the next shiny object or trying to perfectly time the market. Forget that. It's fundamentally about understanding your own actions, understanding your underlying purpose, and understanding your carefully crafted plan. It's about cultivating that inner peace, that quiet power, through genuine, self-acquired knowledge.
And maybe consider this as a final thought. True financial independence isn't just about hitting a certain number in your account. It's profoundly about cultivating an inner calm, an unshakable conviction that genuinely springs from deep understanding. It's a journey where your financial path grows elegantly, maybe not explosively, but elegantly, precisely because it's built on that solid, unshakable foundation of knowledge and self-assurance. Ask yourself, how much more confident, how much more serene, and ultimately, how much more successful would you be if you committed to truly understanding every single step of your investment journey before you take it? If you're not absolutely clear yet, if you still feel that urge to just rush in, our sources strongly advise. Don't just wait. Wait until you have that knowledge, that confidence, that inner calm. That, they argue, is the most stable, the most powerful, and ultimately the most elegant path to a truly confident financial future.